Welcome back to BNG Hockey, where it's always black and gold. We got some surprising news out of the team today, as it was announced they have waived forward Chris Wagner and defenseman John Moore. Let's talk about it. Now, I have to admit, I definitely didn't see this one coming, and not many people did, and there's a couple layers to this story. I should start out by saying that this is the time of year that so many players are on waivers. Not too many of them get claimed because teams either don't have the space to, or it's kind of one of those gentleman agreements where you don't claim my guys, I don't claim your guys kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it is a competition between general managers, and very similar to the offer sheet, it's part of the rules, they can use it, and every now and then you see a player get claimed. But it's a lot less likely at this point in the season. And I think these two players, with their contracts and their current play, likely don't get claimed at all, but if they do get claimed, that becomes an interesting story for the team. So I figured we'd take a look at all possibilities, and I'll give you my thoughts on the move for the Boston Bruins. Let's start off by looking at these players' contracts. Chris Wagner is signed for this year and next at a cap hit of $1.35 million. John Moore is also signed for this year and next, but at a higher cap hit of $2.75 million. Last year, Wagner played in 41 games. He had 2 goals, 3 assists for a total of 5 points, and was a -9. John Moore played in 5 games, had 0 goals, 2 assists for a total of 2 points, and was a -3, and Moore was battling with quite a few injury problems. As I mentioned before, this time of year, not too many guys are getting claimed, and honestly, there's other players from other teams who would probably get claimed before these two do. Neither of them are living up to their contracts. They're both coming off bad seasons. Obviously, John Moore has the injury concerns. I think Wagner has almost 0 chance of getting claimed. He's just a very average fourth-line guy that almost every team has. John Moore could potentially get claimed. He is still an NHL defenseman. You can never have enough of those. I could see him tacking on as somebody's 6th or 7th defenseman, the role that I thought he'd be playing here, but clearly he doesn't fit into their equation, and they want to go with some of the younger guys. I would like to see Moore hang around in case our blue line does get a little banged up, because I will be honest, I'm still not feeling too great about the Bruins blue line if a guy like McAvoy or Carlo went down, but you can say that about any team's blue line. So I'd be happy to get rid of either of these contracts, but I'd also be happy to see them stay as depth options if injuries start to pile up. Money is definitely a factor here as well. The team figured that either they waive these players and they get claimed, then we get rid of the entire contract, or if they remain with the Bruins, they'll still have to pay them a combined $1.85 million cap hit, but they then create $2.25 million in cap space. That can be used to make trades during the season, sign players during the season like a Tuukka Rask. Remember that Rask won't be back until halfway through the year, so it's not like he's going to make $7 million. They'll now have the space to bring him in on a cheaper deal, and clearly they want to go with their younger guys. Curtis Lazar is out, and I thought for sure that Wagner would fill in that spot, but with him being sent down and Lazar still being out, they clearly are showing that no matter what, they want to go with their young guys. Guys like Studnicka, Kuhlman, Blidh. For some reason, they keep bringing this guy back, but hey, at least he's cheap, and they have Vaakanainen and Zboril on the back end, who they'd rather see than John Moore at this point. I'm okay with that. I do like that we still have the veterans if they end up remaining with the Bruins, and you can always call them back up. Let's be honest here. These aren't the best prospects, especially guys like Zboril, Vaakanainen, Kuhlman, Blidh. None of them have really hit their ceilings, but I am very excited for Jack Studnicka. He's put in the work, and he deserves an opportunity and deserves to be up here. And if he's not getting an opportunity, you can always send him back down, bring a guy like Wagner back up. Studnicka can play more, and you can scratch Chris Wagner. This was definitely a surprising move by the team, but a smart move by the team, and I'll be very interested to see how this all plays out. Let me know your thoughts on this. Were you surprised to hear that they got waived? Do you think they'll end up getting claimed? And if so, where do you think they'll go? Leave that down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big like, and if you haven't already, subscribe.